Late Monday, that 42-year-old reality star and Ye, the rapper and entrepreneur, will have joint custody and equal access to their 4 children, ages 3 to 9, with North being the oldest. However, TMZ reporting that Kardashian will continue to have the kids 80% of the time, as was previously admitted in September. The settlement also notes that the rapper will have to pay his ex-wife $200,000 a month in child support. Ye will also be responsible for 50% of the children's educational expenses, like tuition and security expenses. The pair also agreed to settle disputes regarding the children by participating in mediation. However, if either party fails to take part in that, the other is allowed to make the decision in a dispute by default. Jake Flint has died at the age of 37. The up-and-coming country singer-songwriter passed away Saturday, just hours after he married his fiancée. His cause of death hasn't been determined. Flint's widow, Brenda Flint, shared a heartbreaking post on Facebook. She wrote, "We should be going through wedding photos, but instead I have to pick out clothes to bury my husband in. People aren't meant to feel this much pain. My heart is gone, and I just really need him to come back. I can't take much more. I need him here." The Oklahoma-born singer released 4 studio albums in his career, beginning in 2016. His former manager and friend, Brenda Klein, also paid tribute to the late singer, noting that she loved him much like a son. She continued, "We need prayers. It's all so surreal. Please, please pray for his new wife, Brenda, Jake's precious mother, his sister, and the rest of his family and friends." That's what's trending in Hollywood. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
Thanks, Michelle. I'm Sue Guzman. The U.S. Postal Service is looking for help with all of those letters to Santa. The story from Fox's Jeff Monosso.
The United States Postal Service is putting out a call for all elves to help in a century-old program that collects Santa's letters and allows giving volunteers to adopt children and families that write them, fulfilling holiday wants and needs.
You can pick a letter, and then basically you receive a code, a QR code to be able to mail those items.
It's Tim Norman, USPS Strategic Communications. Letters to Santa will be accepted through December 12th and must be addressed to 123 Elf Road, North Pole, 88888. A return address also needs to be provided, and the deadline to adopt a letter is December 19th. Jeff Monosso, Fox News.
President Biden hosting a crowd at the White House for the lighting of the National Christmas tree Wednesday night. The President and LL Cool J leading the countdown to that lighting.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go! Okay.
This year, the 100th lighting of the National Christmas tree.
Through seasons and struggle and strife, progress and prosperity, for a century and counting, we've come together in a spirit of unity and joy, hope and light.
Tradition dates back to 1923 with then President Calvin Coolidge. And Buddhists in a bind in Thailand. After 4 Buddhist monks, including the abbot, the leader of the fold, they hold drug tests, and now they're off to rehab. All 4 at the temple at Chibun province in northern Thailand testing positive for meth, methamphetamine. And with the monks gone, villagers are worried that their practice of merit making could be put on hold. That is the custom of donating food to monks as a good deed. No problem, though. While more monks are being sent to stand in, while the original monks are busy getting clean.
I'm Chad Bergman with the Speaker's Lobby. Congress could intervene legislatively to avert a nationwide railroad strike late next week. The drop-dead date is 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, December 8th. However, if there's going to be a strike, railroads could stop carrying perishables and other goods sometime early next week. Unlike other industries, Congress has the power to step in and impose terms to avert a strike. It's possible that Congress could move in and pass a bill which would impose terms on the railroad industry and prevent a strike. Congress codified that power in the Railway Labor Act, first approved in 1926 and altered in the 1930s. Congress has only involved itself in a rail strike once before. The International Association of Machinists launched a 3-day strike in 1922, shutting down the nation's railroads. Congress quickly passed a bill to bar strikes and lockouts, and the dispute was resolved. Such potential government intervention could receive a skeptical eye from civil libertarians, small government members of Congress, and pro-labor lawmakers. With the Speaker's Lobby, Chad Perkram, Fox News.
Fox Weather's Marissa Torres coming up next. Then a look at your top stories at the top of the hour. Right here, Fox News Headlines 24/7.
From the Fox News Podcasts Network. Stay on top of the latest news and information from Fox News. Listen and download the Fox News Hourly Update on your time. The trending stories you need anytime you want it. Listen and download now by going to foxnewspodcasts.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. These are tough times for everyone, so dealing with your timeshare may not be your biggest concern. But when this passes, do you still want a lifetime of payments, fees, and commitments for a timeshare you were misled into buying?
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started the timeshare cancellation industry by exposing the ugly truth about timeshares and giving folks the straight facts. I've been fighting the timeshare giants ever since, so no one knows this industry better than me and my team. Today, we have saved our clients an average of $65,000 in lifetime payments. Imagine putting those timeshare dollars back in your pocket. Give my office a call today. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call Wesley Financial now for your free information kit. 800-722-1144. That's 800-722-1144. 800-722-1144.
Fox Weather.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Fox Weather meteorologist Marissa Torres, and here's the latest from America's Weather Center. We're going to kick it off in the west, where a strong storm just continues to bring rain as well as snow from Washington through Oregon and into California. Snow levels lowering into Thursday, and that's supporting heavy snowfall accumulations, about 1 to 3 feet. We're also looking at a gusty day. Those gusts could be anywhere from 40 to 60, 65 miles per hour. Things should wrap up with that by Thursday night. Winter-storm warnings, those spread from the Cascades to the state of Nevada. Friday looking like mainly rain to southern California. And then mainly drying out in the northeast for Thursday. We do have some limited exceptions. For example, we still got plenty of wind, so we have wind advisories through Thursday night. Those gusts could be up to 50 miles per hour or so. And then Thursday also brings some continued snow showers across interior New England, upstate New York, and some enhanced snow, by the way, downwind of Lakes Erie and Ontario. Get the latest weather updates anytime, anywhere. Download the Fox Weather app at foxweather.com.
Thanks, Marissa. Congress intervening in the hopes of stopping an approaching railroad strike. House Democrats have their new leadership team in place, and President Biden meets with French President Emmanuel Macron at the White House on Thursday. I'm Sue Guzman. Your top stories are next.
Keeping you informed with headlines every 15 minutes. I'm Bill Hemmer, and America's listening to Fox News Headlines 24/7.
To the top of the hour. We're live from America's News Headquarters. I'm Sue Guzman. Here's what's happening. The House approving legislation designed to block a nationwide rail strike, sending it now to the Senate for consideration. President Biden meets today with French President Emmanuel Macron at the White House, and President Biden's student loan handout suffering another major legal blow. This is Fox News Headlines 24/7. Your news continues right now. And House lawmakers have passed a bill that they're hoping will prevent a looming railroad strike next week.
As progress, the agreement provides some time off for routine, preventive, and emergency medical care. But what we need is paid sick leave for railroad workers and for every American.
Well, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi there over in the Senate, a Bernie Sanders amendment would give rail workers 7 paid sick days. That is something railroad workers were asking for. Meanwhile, some conservatives are questioning whether it is the government's role to force such an agreement.
I'm not Bambi's baby brother here, okay? I want to understand the details, why we have to intervene in a private contractual dispute, and why the president is taking the position that we have to do it in a way that automatically screws the workers.
Louisiana Senator John Kennedy, Fox's Chad Perkram, has more from Capitol Hill.
The easy part was passing the bill through the House on a bipartisan basis, 290 to 137. Progressives supported congressional involvement once the House took a separate vote to give workers 7 days of paid medical leave. Republicans said President Biden should should have fixed the labor dispute on his own and not dumped it on Congress. There's bipartisan skepticism in the Senate. It's a challenge to break a filibuster. Bernie Sanders wants a vote on the House medical leave provision. There's worry of economic catastrophe if unions strike next week. That could stop shipments of food and holiday gifts. One important no on the bill today, Speaker hopeful Kevin McCarthy.
Rail companies argue that their existing tentative agreement offers an historic pay raise, and they said they are also offering to negotiate sick leave at a later time. New Democrat leadership in the House of Representatives. New York Congressman Hakeem Jeffries made history, the first black party leader in the House chamber.
It's a new era as New York's Hakeem Jeffries becomes the new House Minority Leader, with Catherine Clark of Massachusetts as whip and Pete Aguilar from California as caucus chair. The new leadership will have their work cut out for them as Republicans are set to take back the House. Jeffries says he's willing to work with the other side to find common ground.
Our commitment is always to extend the hand of partnership whenever and wherever possible.
Jeffries says they will push back against what they call extremism. The leadership also says the caucus will continue to protect individual freedoms and health care in the new Congress. In Washington, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
And Congresswoman Catherine Clark of Massachusetts was elected minority whip, and California Congressman Pete Aguilar will serve as the chairman of the Democratic caucus. President Biden hosts his first state dinner of his administration tonight. The President and First Lady of France. Details from Fox's Jessica Rosenthal.
President Biden will host French President Emmanuel Macron today for a bilateral and formal state dinner, his first as president. Earlier this week, National Security Council Coordinator John Kirby said from the White House, this is a celebration and that no country in the world can match the number and strength of U.S. allies.
France is our oldest one. If you look at what's going on in Ukraine, look at what's going on in the Indo-Pacific and the tensions with China. France is really at the center of all those things.
Tensions over the Inflation Reduction Act and changes that reward North American-made electric vehicles with tax credits over European ones will likely come up, though, as will Europe's effort to come up with a price cap on Russian oil. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
And a federal appeals court Wednesday night declined to halt a lower court ruling that said President Biden's plan to cancel hundreds of billions of dollars in student loan debt was unlawful. The president's executive order for loan forgiveness is being challenged on the grounds he didn't have the authority to forgive student loan debt unilaterally, and that such a move must be done by Congress. The decision expected to be appealed to the Supreme Court. Stay with us. We've got sports and Eric Messersmith seconds away, right here, Fox News Headlines 24/7.
Sports at 5 and 35 past every hour on Fox News Headlines 24/7. The latest is coming up next.
You're listening to SiriusXM Radio.
Fox News Headlines 24/7 with the latest forecast from America's Weather Team. Every 15 minutes. SiriusXM Channel 115.
In the NBA Wednesday, Jason Tatum with 49 points, leading the Celtics to a 134-121 win over the Heat. Boston improves its league best record to 18-4. The Bucks just behind them in the Eastern Conference. Milwaukee now 15-5 on the season after beating the Knicks 109-103. Giannis Antetokounmpo with 37 points and 13 rebounds for the Bucks. Elsewhere, the Hawks beat the Magic 125-108 behind 30 points and 14 assists from Trae Young. The Cavs routing the 76ers 113-85. Kevin Durant poured in 39 as the Nets downed the Wizards 113-107. The Timberwolves got by the Grizzlies 109-101. It was the Pelicans over the Raptors 126-108. Zion Williamson with 33 points for New Orleans, and the Thunder topped the Spurs 119-111. The college basketball schedule Wednesday highlighted by several good matchups in the ACC Big Ten Challenge. 17th ranked Duke downing number 25 Ohio State 81-72. 5th-ranked Purdue moved to 7-0 on the season with a 79-69 win over Florida State. Other scores, number 13 Tennessee blowing out McNeese State 76-40, and 23rd-ranked Iowa State topped North Dakota 63-44. In the NHL Wednesday, the Rangers beat the Senators 3-1. The Maple Leafs picked up their 5th straight win, downing the Sharks 3-1, and the Sabres got by the Red Wings 5-4 in a shootout. At the World Cup Wednesday, 4 more teams advancing to the knockout round. In Group C, Argentina shutting out Poland 2-0. Mexico got by Saudi Arabia 2-1. Argentina wins the group to advance, with Poland edging out Mexico by virtue of a tiebreaker to claim the group's second ticket to the round of 16. For Mexico, it's the first time the nation hasn't advanced to the knockout stage since 1978, and coach Gerardo Martino announced after the match that he's stepping down. France and Australia both advanced from Group D. France lost 1-0 to Tunisia, but the French had already had a spot in the final 16 secured before the match, while Australia got through by beating Denmark 1-0. That's your sports on Fox News Headlines 24/7. I'm Eric Messersmith.
Eric, thank you. Elon Musk says Wednesday's meeting with Apple CEO Tim Cook cleared up a misunderstanding.
Hey everybody, I'm Andy Cohen. Hear me and my awesome lineup on Radio Andy. Andy Cohen Live. Jeff Lewis Live.
My Sisters Live.
Reality Check.
Revelation. Now with new shows. Gail King in the house. It's me,
The Jess Cagle Show.
Radio Andy. Sirius XM 102.
If you've been thinking about learning a new language, now is the time to start. Because Rosetta Stone is offering the deal of a lifetime. During Cyber Week, get a lifetime unlimited subscription for 50% off. Their biggest sale yet. It gives you access to all 25 of their languages forever. And it's a great gift for the people in your life who value experiences, like your jet-setting sister who wants to get the most out of her upcoming trip to Japan, and your friend who's hoping to improve his Spanish to connect with his abuelo, or his dad who's going to love being able to make corny puns in 5 different languages. The Rosetta Stone app makes learning fun and easy, with bite-sized lessons and interactive activities. You'll be surprised how much you'll be able to say before the year is over. Visit rosettastone.com today to score half off a lifetime unlimited subscription. It's the deal that has everyone talking at rosettastone.com.
This is Fox News Headlines 24/7. The news you need the moment you want it. New Twitter boss Elon Musk meeting with Apple CEO Tim Cook at Apple's headquarters Wednesday. Afterward, Musk tweeted, "Good conversation. Among other things, we resolved the misunderstanding about Twitter potentially being removed from the App Store." Tim was clear that Apple never considered doing so. This comes after a former Twitter executive admitted to a major mistake.
Twitter's former head of trust and safety admits wrongdoing when censoring the Hunter Biden laptop story. This comes as Elon Musk says Twitter has interfered in elections. Musk is promising things will soon be different, which led to the White House saying they are keeping a close eye on Twitter.
And that is Fox's Peter Ducey reporting from the White House. Another vigil held for the murders of 4 University of Idaho students. They were killed in their off-campus home, and the killer remains at large. Fox's Christina Coleman reports from Moscow, Idaho.
I talked to some students today, and they tell me that they are very worried because no arrest has been made in this case.
I personally live pretty close to where it happened, and I live by myself, and it's kind of terrifying, like, every night. It gets, like, really dark here early.
We don't know where this guy will be. He could be in Canada. We don't know. I really hope to find him, because if he did something like this and he's still alive, then who knows? He might go crazy. He might keep doing stuff like this.
Idaho State Police say the collection of evidence at the crime scene is coming to a conclusion. Yesterday, cars belonging to the slain victims were towed away from the off-campus house where they were murdered on November 13th. A total of 5 vehicles were seized from the house to be processed for evidence as students, faculty, and local residents come to terms with this quadruple homicide that has rocked this close-knit community.
Local police and the FBI have examined thousands of pieces of evidence and hundreds of tips. No announcement of a suspect or the discovery of the murder weapon that's been searched for 2 weeks now after the deaths. A young boy accused of fatally shooting his mother over an electronic toy. Fox's Tom Graham explains the alleged motive.
Police say a 10-year-old Milwaukee boy is currently charged as an adult with first-degree reckless homicide. Investigators say he shot his mother with her own gun after she refused to buy him a virtual reality headset. The unnamed boy's lawyers are hoping to move the proceedings to juvenile court. Police say the family members claim he had a history of disturbing behavior, including swinging a puppy around by his tail and setting furniture on fire with a balloon filled with flammable liquid. Tom Graham, Fox News.
The U.S. Virgin Islands has reached a tentative agreement with the estate of a late disgraced financier. Fox's Matt Napolitano with that story.
Jeffrey Epstein's estate agreeing to pay $105 million to the government of the U.S. Virgin Islands, ending a nearly 3-year battle in which officials tried to hold Epstein accountable after he was accused of sexually abusing dozens of underage girls on 2 small islands he owned. The estate also agreeing to pay half of the proceeds from the sale of Little St. James Island, where Epstein built a home in which authorities say many of his crimes took place. They'll also pay $450,000 to repair environmental damage on Great St. James. Epstein's estate will also return more than $80 million in economic tax benefits that U.S. Virgin Islands officials say were fraudulently obtained. Matt Napolitano, Fox News.
12 minutes past the hour, time for Fox Business. Let's head over to Hillary Barsky.
Stocks closing out the month sharply higher with the Dow exiting